Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell to receive notifications. My name is Christina, and it's time for another Christina Creates. So today, I'm going to be creating watercolor tulips using Arteza watercolor pencils on Canon watercolor paper. So I am basically using 3 colors for these tulips, 3 colors only. So I'm going to be using sunflower yellow, which is the one that I'm using right now, and pumpkin orange, which is going to be the second color, and then the last color is going to be the Carmine red. So I'm just going to always use the lightest color first and go in with the yellow. So we use the lightest color first because it's easier to make the colors darker than it is to make them lighter. Okay, so I actually learned that the hard way, right? So I wanted to know, you guys, how advanced are you guys on your art journey? Please put it in the comments below. Let me know, because also, how many different art forms do you study? How many different medias do you use? Because I initially began with acrylics, like I stated in my last video. I started with acrylic paints. Also, I've used watercolors. I was kind of like learning with both at the same time. So let me know what you guys are used to working with. Are you guys used to working with pen, watercolors? Are you guys used to working with the tube watercolors? Do you guys prefer those? Do you prefer the watercolor pencils? Let me know in the comments which media you prefer. So I love to use watercolors, and I've been using watercolors for many years. I mean, we pretty much all learned to use watercolors when we were very young, right? Didn't we all have those Crayola watercolors in school or at home? And didn't we not use them on like lined paper? So yeah, you know, that counts as experience. We learned how the media worked. We learned back then, the less water you use, the more opaque the paint is. The more water you use, the more translucent it is, and how much the more flowy the paint is. So watercolors are one of my favorites. And today I was just in the mood to use some watercolors and paint some flowers. I love flowers. I love looking at flowers in real life, and you know, like picking them, buying flowers for myself every week. You know, I'll just go and buy like a $5 bundle of flowers and put them in a vase and look at them and value them and adore them. You know, it's about taking time to admire the beauty in the world. Everything is not you know, they say the best things in life are free, right? Although these flowers were not free, the beauty in the flowers are free, you know. So, or is free. And so that is one of the things that I've learned to focus on, you know. So that's one of the reasons why I enjoy art. So that was another question I had for you guys. Why do you guys do art? What brought you to art? Like, why are you drawn to creating and painting and drawing and or learning to do it? What brings you here? What along your journey brings you here? For me, it's finding beauty in life, and art is one of the most beautiful parts of life, and that is what brought me to learning art and having the desire to learn it. That was to learn. There's not really a way that you can learn art, but to explore it, and to explore it as deeply as I can, in as many ways as I can, everybody. Oh my goodness. So I read this book recently called, my daughter suggested it to me. It's called, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, right? So this book is so amazing. I mean, I really suggest that you guys go out and take a look at this book. It's so awesome that they made a Netflix movie based on this book, right? So the reason I mention this is because the directing in this movie is so incredible. It's so amazing. You guys, I don't know if any of you guys have seen this movie that's based on this book, but oh my goodness. So I'm the type of person where I prefer to read a book before I watch a movie that is based on a book. So I always read the book first in completion. So I was taking forever to finish this book, and I knew it was on Netflix, and I said, let me just sit down and finish this book, right? So I sat there and read the book for okay, so I spent the better part of this year reading this book, and I'm so embarrassed for that. But I'm working on other things too, so you know, I have other things going on. I don't have always the time to read, but I was taking time to read. That's the important part, okay? Is that I was scheduling reading time into my busy schedule. Although it was not as much as I would have liked. But listen everybody. So I finally set myself down to completely finish this book so that I could watch the movie on Netflix. Okay? I'm Thinking of Ending Things. That's what it's called, right? So I was not expecting what I thought. Oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, you guys, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to put that out there. And all I'm going to say is if you love art, and if you are the type of person who can see the artistic value across the board, not just in paintings, but also through directing and through fashion and through makeup and through, literature, visual arts. If you can appreciate that as well, you guys, check out, first of all, read the book. Read the book that is called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And I'm not sure who the author is, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'll put it in the description. I'll put the author in the description of this book if I remember. But if I forget, somebody please comment and I'll add it. But check it out on Netflix. Okay? It is a really, really amazing. Okay, if you like to think about a movie it's definitely not a one-time watch. This is a movie that you will need to watch multiple times, and that you probably will watch multiple times. Just YouTube it really quick. I'm thinking of many things. YouTube that movie, and you know, a few things will come up, and then you know, go from there. But you guys will love it, and that's enough about that. I'm only mentioning it because the directing was amazing, and I'm not very much of a movie person. I don't really watch that many movies. I kind of, you know, feel like, oh my goodness, like, why am I not watching the movies and I'm paying for the Netflix, you know? But I'm too busy right now. Maybe some other time. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying my watercolor tulips using the Arteza watercolor pencils. Do you guys like Arteza watercolor pencils? I like them. They're the first watercolor pencils I've used. I think that they are pretty great. I like the way that this painting is turning out so far. It's nice. At this point, this is nice, right? But when I start adding the water, oh my goodness, you guys. Oh my goodness. You guys have to stay tuned to see when I start adding this water. Okay? You guys are going to just be so satisfied. That's one thing about watercolors, is that it's just so satisfying. It's so satisfying, you guys. Okay, so I basically just, you know, did basic stuff to choose these colors. I used my color wheel, and I believe this is an analogous color scheme, which means that the colors are right next to each other on the color wheel. So yes, so that's how you get harmony, right? So I don't know if I mentioned the colors that I used already, but I'll just repeat it if I did. I used sunflower yellow, pumpkin orange, and Carmine red, or Carmine red. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. You guys let me know, please. So the sunflower yellow, the orange, and the red. These are Arteza Expert watercolor pencils, guys. Okay? Or guys and gals, men and women, everyone, whoever, everybody. Okay? So now I'm adding the water. Okay. So yay! This is my favorite part. So you add in the water. So with the watercolor pencils, what I basically do is just color it as if I'm using just regular color pencils. I'll just color it layers on top of layers, and you know, and just layer it, and then I go on top with the water, and I apologize if you can't see the top. Sorry, guys. And girls. Everybody. So, I am, you know, just trying to balance everything out right here. It's so pretty. I just love watercolors. Look at that. Okay, so I added the water. Now I am just molding it. That's another thing about watercolors, is that it is pretty flexible. It's a flexible medium. You know, people say that acrylics are easier to work with, or that they're more moldable, and you know that they can do more with acrylics, but you know, watercolors are not bad. Watercolors are not bad. You know, you can go back and pick up color. That's what I'm doing right here at this part. I'm like going back to completely lift color off to make it light. Another thing about watercolors is that you can also use acrylics with watercolors. So, you know, once you are done with your watercolor layer, you can put acrylics on top. So, yeah. I feel like I am talking too much, so I'm just gonna let some music play for a little bit, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Still adding more water. So let me know in the comments what you guys like about watercolor. What do you guys like about it? I know that I let you guys know or I let everyone know that what I liked about it, but what I liked about it, but what do you guys like about watercolors? They are gorgeous, aren't they? Wow. Yes, watercolor is amazing. It is beautiful. So I enjoy art to the limit. To the limit, you know? And I just can't just do, but that's the thing. I can't just do watercolor every day. Right? Or what? What are you guys? What do you think about that? Like, can you just do watercolor or acrylic every day? You know, I think I wouldn't mind taking a day and using color pencils or using oil pastels. I actually have some of those and I don't really know how to use them. I got them on accident. I was looking for soft pastels. I love soft pastels. I remember using those back in elementary school and I have not used them since then. And I went out to try to find some and I didn't know what I was doing and I got oil pastels. And then I went out a second time on a second attempt to try to get them and got chalk pastels, right? So I have oil and chalk pastels, and I actually would just love some soft pastels. And but no. I love them. I love them, right? And I want to use them, but and I have used the chalk pastels, and I have a video on that, so please check that out, everybody. And I have I'm sorry, what was I saying? I was saying I just haven't used the oil pastels. I'm so sorry, you guys, if my thoughts are all over the place. But my point is, pastels are gorgeous, and I would love to use some soft pastels again one day, but I just keep buying the wrong ones because I didn't know which ones they were. I used them when I was very young. I didn't know what they were, so I had to buy the wrong ones, like the oil pastels, like I was saying, that I would love to learn to use, that I have here, and I'm just not really sure how to use, but I am going to try, and maybe I'll make a video on it. So I have those, and I would just, I'd love to learn how to use those. Do you guys know how to use those or not? I'm so sorry if I'm rambling, you guys. I'm still learning how to do this. And thank you so much for your patience with me on that. Anyway, so do you guys know how to use the soft pastels, the oil pastels, the chalk pastels? I used the chalk pastels in a prior video to lay down an underlayer of color for a color pencil video. And the reason that I used that was because it takes so many layers. color pencils take so many layers. So there's a YouTuber who uses, a lot of people do underpaintings, right? So I just said, let me just do an underpainting with this chalk pastel and just see how that goes, you know? And it went fine. It went great. So that's a tool that I have for myself. So underpaintings. Do you guys do underpaintings? Do you underpaint any of your art? You know, lots of artists do it under acrylic paint, under color pencils, under probably oil paints too, or oil pastels. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I had a great time talking to you all. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys. I will see everyone next time. Bye.